I did this with my therapist too. My last therapy session, I just started a recording and put the phone here, and then now that's healthy, right? That's not illegal.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Casey Judson likes recording audio of everybody.
Yeah.
Or he did years ago too. There's this guy named James Milton who would get upset if he found out he was being recorded.
Oh yeah.
Jason McBride used to have this mic called the Europub.
The Europub.
No, it was at the Europub, which is now a Metro PCS next to Dick's on Capitol Hill.
Oh, yep.
But it was this beer space, and he and Leif Sihan, who is now a dad, and anyways, there's a popcorn machine, a standalone popcorn machine in this open mic space. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it ever was really used.
Was it a free popcorn machine?
I feel like it could have been. I don't even remember eating. There must have been nights with popcorn. Probably linked to the bar. Maybe it happened all the time. Every time James Milton was up, though, he'd always mention the popcorn machine.
No.
And he'd riff, being like, we're popping some popcorn, or I forget what he'd say, but I would go up and mock him riffing on the machine, and it was, I love those hyper-specific jokes to the venue.
Oh yeah, like Shanghai, it's hard to not mention the broken mirror and this is the bar that's the easiest to commit suicide on the mirror. There's just...
I don't even... which mirror's broken besides
the bathroom.
Oh,
yeah. It's just very dangerous. And even the toilet seat, the top thing, that is removed now completely because that had a sharp edge.
Oh.
It's there's too many opportunities to injure yourself in the Shanghai bathroom.
We used to do the Benbow room in West Seattle. A long time ago, they had a mic there, and they had a trough urinal, and I would be there's that urinal is a love seat, a standing love seat.
Yeah, those are. I feel like I've only seen the trough urinals at fairs and events, the White River Amphitheater. I worked Hank Williams Jr. concert, sweeping up cigarettes and taking out trash and stuff. $100 for an intense amount of physical work.
Yeah.
But that's the last time I've seen a trough urinal.
I think the Kingdom used to have them, but that was old days. Have you been to? Is that Climate Pledge, the new Key Arena? I heard it's really well.
Yeah, I saw Adam Ray there. He opened for the Impractical Jokers.
I don't think I know Adam Ray that well.
Adam Ray is really funny. Yeah, he's been on Rick Glassman podcast. I don't know if you know Rick Glassman. You should, as a Glassman. I feel I tag him when I tag you. I sometimes tag
Jack Henry had me watch some kind of. He has a good catalog of alternative comedians. Mm-hmm. There was some guy I watched that he came out with I think John Doerr or somebody was introducing him, but he would come out with some paper being no, you gotta say this or something. The whole intro was a big bit.
Oh, okay. Jack Henry's great. First time I saw him, it was super entertaining.
I thought he'd be a good videographer if I wanted.
Yeah, he did
there's
the
him,
Lounge.
There's him, and then there's Zach Fisher.
Yeah, Zach takes great photos. He's the guy to take your headshot in Seattle. Super Zach. Zach with an X.
Yeah, when I had him take my photos, it was a lot different than there's a guy named Noah Lubin. He did Ev Jensen's headshots.
Is that one letter away from
from Rubin,
Noah
yeah. But Noah's really good director. Zach was kind of just maybe Zach's really good, but I feel he's still green with it. He has all the equipment and everything, and he knows how to map it out. He knows how to make a profit to make it worth his time.
Yeah.
But
first time I actually talked to Zach, I'd seen him do A1.
Yeah.
A little bit of mics here and there. But it was a Jay's mic, the bomb shelter in Forby's, Ballard, and Zach was there. I had my phone. I was like, "Can you record me?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, sure." And then, I did my set, and then he recorded, and afterwards, nothing was sent. And in my head, I was like, wait, did he fake record me? Because that kind of would be a funny thing, too, to be like, yeah, new guy in the comedy scene. I'll record your set and then, be a douche. I was so, ready for everyone to be rude in the scene, casually rude, that I was like, maybe he did that. But no, he actually just sent it and, it was, uploaded it really quick and super helpful. Everyone here has been...
I used to get the vibes of kind of rude from the outside Jai Tai. There would be Scott Lassie was. It's more like people who have been doing it a while are just they're in there. Even me, I'm in my head outside Shanghai. I'm not gonna go over and talk to maybe I'm not gonna go over and talk to the first timer.
Yeah.
That's outside just because they're in their own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I should always engage because it's really not that hard.
But some people are standoffish with it, so and some people are artificially kind, and so I think that's why there's the standoffishness in the scene. Is people have been burned and wait, we were friendly, and then I heard that you were saying a thing, and then
or there's a thing where you're hey, because for the most part I like everybody, and so I engage with them, but then I see their material on stage and I'm like, oh, now I'm friends with you because I engaged with you, but your material is kind of really rough. Yeah,
for sure. But even that, I'm I want just more people to do open mics, people do karaoke.
I think that's Gus Harper's goal with Cheat Day.
Gus Harper. Oh, does he run? I only know Joel from Cheat Day.
Yeah, Joel and Gus are basically the mainstay. Mitch and Mary, I think they had a hard time working with Gus.
Yeah.
Which I don't see him being that difficult to work with. But maybe they're the Mitch and Mary dynamic, or Killer Sets Productions dynamic with Gus.
Yeah.
Because I remember when they had that brainchild of that show, and they all talked to me at Waterwheel, and I was like, I don't know Joel.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be part of this.
Yeah.
But Gus is I want non-comedians to go up. And they had a bunch of realtors show up last week, I guess. They had 10 people.
Real estate people?
Yeah. And then two people went up and were buddies for each other. And,
yep.
I mean, that's different than stand-up, but it's
It is. I think it's called Cheat Day. I don't know the origins of the name, but I imagine it's Cheat Day because it is writing. It's free material for you because it just gives you an idea, and you're like, oh, I did this many years ago related to this one sentence, and I forgot that could be a bit.
Yeah.
And then you just riff and you kind of find things too. So I really like that style of improv. That's my only improv thing. I think Off the Top and Cheat Day.
Oh yeah.
Are the only ones I've checked out.
I don't go to. I love the idea of Off the Top, but I don't go because I put so much energy into my mic that I'm I don't want to drive south. Yeah. I think I would if I didn't work today, but if I didn't have a job or didn't work Mondays, I would probably go out and go to Comedy Bar or whatever that Off the Top is.
Yeah. I think Dan Berlin, who doesn't like when I tag him too much, so I stopped kind of tagging him, but I think he's still running that. I believe.
Off the Top?
Dan Berlin?
It's in Aquino, but maybe he helps her.
Oh, okay. Or maybe he just goes to it a lot, and
Jesse Warren started it.
Jesse Warren. I still don't know.
He is at Naked Brunch sometimes. He's the guy who's
Still never been to Naked
really?
Brunch, yeah.
Okay. Very similar to Off the Top, but you don't have any prompts. Dan Berlin runs that with Javen Jones and Courtney Bird.
Oh, he runs Naked Brunch?
Dan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Todd Kirkwood. He's one of 5 producers.
It's because I'm always at Icor on 2 p.m. and then
it's
a lot of
5 p.m.
people hop
Naked.
to that,
yeah.
But I'm I've just always had other stuff, and I'm let me go do a sauna trip or something, and I just never make it, but I should.
I can't make it to Ikewear lately. I'll go on the off days.
Yeah.
I just went and I refreshed their pins.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah.
I put all new pins in there.
Yeah.
And I threw aside. I finally went through and got rid of like the 6-year-old pins that were in the. I went through all my pins and were like, because I was doing this in West Seattle. I was like, these ones are like a little grimy. Like I think I had them in my basement when there was some concrete cutting, and they were out and they got dusty, and then plus they have like nonsensical.
How many pins would you, off the top of your head, do you have in inventory? Like thousands?
No. Well, including magnets?
Probably, it's got to be over 1,000.
Maybe. It might just be like 800, maybe 500. I don't have that many. I have a back stock. I have a bag of this like geography book I cut up. It's doesn't make sense why I did it. I just wanted to make a bunch of map pins, and they're just sitting there because who would want those? I don't know. I
mean, they're fun little giveaway things too, and like, I don't know. Yeah, it's fun to just have free merch and like light merch where people can donate and support you. Let me say Nitpick Collective. That's where you find the things. Are your buttons on Nitpick?
No. We're trying to get them on my website, but my web developer hasn't set up a front end.
RobbieSchro.com. Why didn't you add comedy? Robbie Schrader Comedy.
That's on my YouTube, but because I have other stuff on there. I got my art and music.
Plus, it's less words. It's easier. It's just I actually stole MejiaComedy.com. I mean, I didn't steal it. It just wasn't. There's no other Mejia comedians that had that social handle, so that's now my YouTube, Instagram.
Yeah, what's Chris Mejia's handle?
Chris Mejia Comedy. So, and I have Joey Mejia Comedy. You know how you have two names on Instagram?
What's his Instagram handle, though?
That's Chris Mejia Comedy.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. And so, because on Instagram you have two names. You have your handle and then you have your name. So I'm both Mejia Comedy and Joey Mejia Comedy.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he I just expected Mejia Comedy to be taken because he's been in the scene for 10 plus years.
Not that long.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I saw him at like Comedy Underground.
8, but maybe.
8's probably 8 could be right.
I feel like I just remember him showing up and he was. I don't know if he was fake nice, but he would shake everybody's hand. He would always shake everybody's hand for like a few months, and then he found his clique.
It's like religiously respectful, like.
He was really kind. He's really kind, and I was like, "Why is he being so kind?" I think actually, sometime over COVID, he had like a suicide. Where he confessed on social media that he was not doing well. Yeah. Which follows the trend with sometimes when people are really, really nice, like there's this woman that killed herself in the scene named Meredith Flanders. Yeah. And she would run the Blue Moon Tavern. And she was just really nice up to that point. Like, more so in the end, but...
I just wanted to connect with Chris, because, like, obviously same last name. It'd be cool to like do shows or something.
Well, he's probably apprehensive if you're new, and he's like, well, how long is this guy going to stay in? Because Connor Mahoney not saying it. No,
that's real. That is, I think that's why I stand
when you were nice in the beginning, I was like,
damn, this guy's suicidal.
I was like, so this guy just wants to meet everybody. Didn't know what kind of person you were, but I'm like, I
remember on the couch at A1. That was like the first time we talked. Yeah, and I was immediately like, all right.
But later at Shanghai, you were like meeting Jay Marks or something. We were all kind of near the exit door. And and then I like said very personal information about you. Like,
that was hilarious. Yeah. That was hilarious.
I'm trying to give him a history. Anyways, A1,
That was very funny. Yeah. I told Jay that he reminded me of Judah Friedlander in a good way. Yeah. I was like, sorry I missed your set.
Judah seems kind of, I don't even know Judah though.
Yeah, I've only seen a little bit of him, but he just has this similar cadence. Where, like,
That whole cheat day thing is kind of like that show I knew before all that called Setlist.
before the
Like
Nickelodeon,
off
all
the
that,
top.
all that. No, sorry.
Yeah, before off the Roundhouse.
It's a kick.
Yeah,
It's a type of a martial art kick. No, I don't know. Roundhouse.
There was a Nickelodeon show where they had it was like a comedy show with a cast, but it was like live theater, but it had the stage that rotated. It was like,
Oh, that sounds fun.
it was very quirky, and I was like 11, and I didn't have cable, but my sister babysat a kid around the street that had cable,
Oh, okay.
so I'd sometimes get to see this weird show.
Yeah. Nice. I'm trying to think of what my early influences. I saw Kazam. Shaquille O'Neal was my. Well, Howie
Oh, I
Mandel.
was thinking Kablam for a second.
Kablam. Is that another show?
Yeah, it's on Adults, or it was on Cartoon Network or something.
But my mom showed me Howie Mandel stand up. That was like one of the first stand-ups
How
I
about
saw.
Bobby's World?
Yeah, Bobby's World. Also, my last name, right? Hard to pronounce. Mejia, generic. There were a lot of
generic
fun.
and generic from.
Bobby Generic was the name.
Oh,
his last
in the
name.
show.
Yeah, and it's generic because they'd say generic. So I shared that with them, and also just
I had a bit that never
voices.
really caught on, the Hey Uncle Ted. Like I do the Bobby's voice,
Oh yeah.
and then it's weird because it's like a kid's show, but he's clearly like in this psychedelic headspace that has these. Even the intros, like him on his big wheel.
Yeah.
Like like doing like big loops and like.
Yeah.
I guess it's the perspective of a child or like a kid that's like, absorbing the universe.
Yeah. Going on a trip. One of the great songs from Bobby's World. I don't know if you remember. I'm going on a trip. Train, plane, taxi cab, all the choices hit. I played that for some students once when I was teaching because the lesson was.
What did you teach?
They were planning. The project was like plan a trip. So I would play random stuff. I taught everything from PE to calculus, like to whatever.
Were you a sub teacher?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I still do it. And then Fish Don't Stink, the other great Bobby's World song.
Do you know Jim Stewart Allen?
Three names, so I probably.
He's Tacoma-based
hard
comedian.
to
He
remember.
started doing it when he was like 15. Comedy Underground, substitute teacher.
Yeah.
Used to bring like fried eggs in a plastic bag with him to Dick's to add them to a burger.
Oh shit.
He rebranded himself as the broccoli guy. He goes to local, regional, nearby state, like potato bowl. It started with a potato bowl. He went into a gas station, grabbed potatoes, and was like, I'm going to go dance at the game with these. Turned it into broccoli. Now he dances in like a Solo Cup, like
my gosh.
onesie suit, like a sweatsuit matching thing. Dances with broccoli, takes bites, promotes being weird in public and vegetables.
Nice.
And people, he's like a local celebrity. He gets his cardio or whatever.
What was his name again?
Jim Stewart Allen.
Jim Stewart Allen.
He has he compares Fireball to the bubonic plague or something in a bit. Like he's just like
The alcohol.
Yeah.
The alcohol in quotation marks.
yeah, he just compares. He like branded Oregon Trail, the game.
Yeah.
Like he can speed run it and beat it in like 15 minutes.
Oh jeez.
He started doing it live in front of audiences, and then he'd get audience members' names as the names of the people on the trail. So it's funny when people like get a rattlesnake bite or get like.
It's like personalizing, yeah.
But he knows how long it takes to heal from a broken bone, so he's like, "All right, we're gonna stay here 4 days or whatever," like.
That's funny. I don't think I actually ever really played Oregon Trail. I think I like in young, school day, like I probably played it for a couple seconds, but never did the speed run. That's intense. Like the unhoused. The unhoused are intense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The lucky ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so the intro. This is the GoodToHearYa. GoodToHearYa is the title. GoodToHearYa. GoodToHearYa pod. This is RobbieSchro, the best glassmaker, comedian, button, t-shirt, sweatshirt making designer, artist in the Pacific Northwest. I'm biased. I don't know all of the button makers. So Robbie, say hello to the world.
Hey world.
Hey world. That's the casual coder. If you're a programmer, hello world is like the first thing. Hey world is like the chill programmer.
I hang out with programmers on Discord.
Yeah.
There's a co-working space on Discord called Star Space that my friend Davis 9001 runs.
Davis 9001.
Yeah.
He's over 9,000.
His name is David Monahan. Lives in near Clarksdale, Arizona. Never met him. But we have this East Indian guy named Texoport. Texoport. And he doesn't do tech support for a living.
Right.
But
that's like the go-to, I don't want to say hack client, right? Like that's a common premise for, the brown comedians of the world, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not here to do tech support. That's what there's like stock lines that it's not stealing jokes because it's like everybody's, right? There's just things that exist in the world like, oh, are we in therapy now or something? Like those kind of throwaway lines that, I don't know, the tech support is like, support's the Indian, like, throwaway. Like, I'm not here to fix your computer.
I've never heard that on stage, I don't
Really?
think. Maybe once.
I've heard it a fair amount.
Has Sid said it?
I think,
Sid has like the thickest
name,
accent. Yeah. He bikes everywhere.
It's like a fat comedian going like, like I know, like just making a fat joke or like, I know I look like I live in a basement, those kind of.
That's me.
Those are like.
I do live in a basement. But
I feel like those are throwaway things that
I live in
people
the fanciest basement though. No, not. Yeah,
it's a nice
throwaway.
basement.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like people are like, oh, it needs to be. Some people are like, my stand-up needs to be entirely unique jokes, and sometimes I'm just going up and I'm like, saying whatever's on my mind.
That's what I lean into.
Yeah.
I mean,
actually, Marcy was saying, Bobby's cousin Marcy was saying that, how you have your abacus and that fun thing. She saw you do that. And then she saw you do your riff stuff, and it's not a negative thing, but it sounded like it. She was like, I don't know why he does that other stuff. Like he's amazing. Because you were just killing.
Oh, I shouldn't do
You were
that.
killing when you were riffing. You have your, you'll have your standard set that you like to do, which is.
Well, I don't know if
fun.
I like to do it. It's just that seems like
it's a go-to.
What I'm allowed to do.
It's a go-to, right?
Like the abacus thing.
Yeah. But she was like she loved your like
just
off
talking.
the dome stuff so much that she's like, I don't know why he doesn't do that every time.
Hey, that makes me want to go to Portland without all that stuff.
Yeah, and it's similar when I have like my set list that I've written out that I want to do versus when I go up and just like, okay, whatever I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna find it as I go up.
I had more retention on that video though on YouTube.
Which one?
I filmed the comedy competition. And I put it on YouTube.
Which competition?
The Tuesday one, last Tuesday, the Brent Driscoll.
Oh, it was Comedy Bar.
Comedy Bar.
Yes,
It was a
there were
competition.
31 people signed up or
40,
something.
yeah.
I was gonna sign up, but it was full, so I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
I recorded it. Brent recorded it in better quality, but I wanted to do my thing because I just makes me feel more like normal.
Yeah.
Even if I'm... Anyways, I put it on YouTube, named it Comedian Loses Comedy Competition.
Yeah.
And I have probably 600 views on it in like 3 days.
Nice.
And retention at 2 minutes. on average.
That's pretty cool.
Which
And that's
is-
not even posting it to like other things.
Yeah,
right?
no,
It's
I
just-
have
you just
somehow
upload.
I'm looped in because I think of all the shorts I had put up.
Yeah.
But I paid a lot of money for the shorts because I started paying like $25 a short. My
Okay.
editor, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I hooked my editor up with
This chick?
Andrew Steyer. And then my editor he gets pushed around, so Andrew was like, "Hey, could you move the captions back like 2 seconds because I don't want to give the punchline away." And Logan didn't. My editor Ness, Logan, whatever. He didn't know. No. He didn't tell Andrew like no. He didn't say like, "Oh, I'll do it like because it's probably not that bad of a difference."
Yeah.
But he was gonna have to do another like at least hour of work.
Right.
And he's only getting paid probably 25, and he's already spent like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Getting all the footage. It was like.
Yeah.
But he said there was one amazing clip that Andrew sent him where Andrew's a gay guy and he was playing Truth or Dare with this other gay guy in the audience.
Yeah.
He didn't know the audience member was gay. But that guy dared him to kiss a woman. And he was like, "Is there any woman in here that consents to kissing me?"
Yeah.
And nobody said anything. And then he was like, "Really?" And one woman was like, and he was like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
And then it happened. But my editor was like, that was shocking. I was like, he did that? Like, I don't know.
I mean,
it's not that shocking, but for this 23-year-old...
He double checks for consent. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's fair.
He just thought it was a wild thing. Logan thought it was wild.
Yeah. It's because Logan's homophobic. No, I don't
He's
know.
probably agoraphobic.
I don't know what that...
That's he can't leave
hates
the house.
agriculture? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought he hates gardens.
You want my chicken? Yeah.
I'll
Want
probably
that
box
chicken
this
egg
up.
roll?
Yeah, I'll probably box it up and, save some. Shout out to Vietnamese food.
Yeah. I like the environment here. That's why I picked it.
I didn't even notice the chandeliers. Very nice.
You want me to get your food?
Sure, I can Venmo you.
Not a big deal.
I'm gonna pause part
Yeah.
2 later.